From the moment you were born, you were being programmed. Not by a conspiracy or evil plan, but by society, family, education, and culture. They taught you invisible rules about money that keep you working, spending, and struggling. Rules designed to maintain a system where most people stay financially trapped while a small percentage thrives. You didn't choose these beliefs. They were installed like software in your brain before you could even question them. Money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people are greedy. You have to work hard to make money. Save for a rainy day, but don't invest. These seemingly harmless phrases are actually poverty programming that limits your financial potential. Research shows that poverty affects your brain structure, reduces cognitive capacity under financial stress, and creates thought patterns that perpetuate scarcity regardless of your actual income. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed to keep you consuming, borrowing, and depending on paychecks. This video exposes the programming you received and shows you how to rewrite it. Are you enjoying this content so far? And from where in the world are you watching? Drop your location in the comments. The first layer of poverty programming happens in school, and it's so effective you probably never questioned it. The education system wasn't designed to create wealthy, independent thinkers. It was designed to create obedient workers for the industrial economy. Think about what school actually taught you. Sit still, follow instructions, memorize information, take tests, get grades. You learned to seek approval from authority figures, work within established systems, and trade time for rewards. Sound familiar? That's exactly what employment requires, and it's the opposite of what wealth building requires. School taught you that mistakes are punished with bad grades and failure. This creates risk aversion that follows you into adulthood, making you terrified of business failure, investment losses, or career changes. Meanwhile, wealthy people understand that calculated risks and learning from failures are essential to building wealth. Financial literacy, completely absent from standard curriculum. You learned algebra and history, but not how compound interest works, how taxes function, what assets are, or how to build passive income. This isn't an oversight, it's by design. A financially literate population is harder to control through debt and consumer culture. The hidden curriculum taught you that success means getting good grades, attending college, getting a stable job, and climbing the corporate ladder. This path creates excellent employees but terrible wealth builders. You were conditioned to seek security over opportunity, guaranteed salary over unlimited upside, and employer benefits over entrepreneurial freedom. Research on poverty mindset reveals that these patterns develop through childhood experiences, generational conditioning, and educational barriers. Even students from middle-class families absorb scarcity thinking, because the entire system reinforces employee mentality over ownership mentality. The timing of financial education is also sabotage. By the time you learn about investing, if ever, you're in your 30s with debt, obligations, and established spending patterns. If they taught financial literacy at 15, how to start businesses, invest in assets, leverage tax advantages, your entire financial trajectory would be different. The grading system itself programs poverty thinking. You're taught that 100% is perfect and anything less is failure or mediocrity. This creates perfectionism that paralyzes action. Wealthy people understand that 80% execution beats 100% planning, that good enough launched beats perfect delayed, and that taking action with imperfect knowledge creates more learning than waiting for certainty. The education system also programs you to see money as the goal rather than freedom as the goal. You chase higher salaries without questioning whether salary is the right wealth-building vehicle. You never learn that wealthy people minimize earned income, highest tax rate, and maximize investment income, lowest tax rate, or that employees get taxed first while business owners get taxed last. If you're starting to see how deep this programming goes and want to understand the other layers of conditioning keeping you financially trapped, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're working toward 1,000 subscribers, and your support helps us create content that exposes these systems and teaches real financial freedom. Thank you. The second layer of poverty programming came from your family. Well-meaning people who passed down their own financial trauma and limitations without realizing it. Every family has money scripts, unconscious beliefs about money learned from parents and reinforced through observation, and experience. These scripts run automatically in your adult life, controlling your financial decisions without your awareness. Common poverty scripts include: money is the root of all evil, teaching you to fear wealth. Rich people are greedy, corrupt, creating guilt around wealth accumulation. We can't afford that, programming scarcity thinking. Money doesn't buy happiness, discouraging wealth pursuit. And just be grateful for what you have, discouraging ambition. These phrases seem harmless, but they're psychological barriers. If you unconsciously believe rich people are immoral, you'll sabotage your own success to avoid becoming one of the bad guys. If you believe money doesn't buy happiness, you won't prioritize earning it. If you believe you can't afford things, you train your brain to see obstacles instead of solutions. Psychologists have identified that even when people escape poverty financially, the poverty mindset persists. A gnawing feeling that there's never enough, even with abundant money. This happens because the emotional programming runs deeper than the financial reality. Generational poverty creates particularly strong programming. Research shows that survival behaviors developed during genuine scarcity become maladaptive in stable environments. But people continue running them automatically. For example, spending money immediately when you get it, because in poverty you had to address immediate needs before money disappeared, prevents wealth accumulation even when stability exists. Cultural programming reinforces these patterns. Consumer culture teaches you that spending equals happiness. Status comes from possessions, and you deserve to treat yourself constantly. These messages keep you in the consumption cycle, trading money for temporary satisfaction while building zero wealth. The financial industry itself programs poverty. Banks advertise loans for liabilities, cars, vacations, luxury items, not assets. Credit cards encourage spending with rewards programs. Buy now, pay later services eliminate the psychological pain of spending. The entire system is designed to keep you borrowing, paying interest, and staying financially dependent. Media reinforces poverty programming through unrealistic portrayals of wealth, making it seem either impossibly distant or morally corrupt. A normalization of debt, treating student loans, car payments, and mortgages as inevitable rather than choices. The shame associated with poverty creates additional barriers. Research shows shame around financial status causes people to hide struggles, avoid help, make fear-based decisions, and develop unhealthy relationships with money. This emotional programming is as limiting as cognitive programming. Breaking free requires recognizing these scripts and consciously choosing new ones. Wealthy people have different scripts. How can I afford this? Abundance thinking. What would this purchase cost in lost investment returns? Opportunity cost thinking. Money is a tool for freedom, empowering relationship, and I deserve wealth and it helps others. Guilt-free accumulation. The third layer of poverty programming is societal. The economic and consumer systems that profit from keeping you financially trapped. Modern capitalism is brilliant at programming consumption. Every advertisement you see is psychological conditioning to believe you need things you don't. That spending creates happiness, that new products solve problems, and that your current possessions are inadequate. The credit industry perfected poverty programming. They normalize debt as good, mortgages, student loans, versus bad minds credit cards, when the real distinction is whether debt finances appreciating assets or depreciating consumption. They created minimum payments that feel manageable, but trap you in decades of interest payments. Research shows that financial stress literally reduces cognitive function. Studies found IQ drops of 13 points under financial strain, equivalent to losing a night of sleep. This impaired decision-making ensures poor choices become more likely, creating cycles that perpetuate poverty. The system benefits when you're too stressed to think clearly. The keeping up with the Joneses programming is particularly effective. Social comparison drives spending as you try to signal success to others. Social media amplified this. Now you're comparing yourself not just to neighbors, but to curated highlight reels of thousands. This drives consumption and prevents wealth accumulation. The 40-hour work week itself is programming. It keeps you busy enough that you can't build side businesses, learn new skills, Or invest serious time in wealth building, but not so busy you revolt. It provides just enough income to survive and consume, but rarely enough to accumulate significant capital. The retirement programming is another trap. You're taught to put money in accounts you can't access for decades, giving you no financial flexibility now, while banks and fund managers profit from your capital. Meanwhile, wealthy people access capital now to build wealth faster through business and real estate. The scarcity programming around money is reinforced constantly. News focuses on economic problems, risks, and reasons to be afraid. This keeps you in survival mode, focused on protection rather than growth, on avoiding loss rather than creating gain. Poverty programming even affects how you perceive time. You're conditioned to trade time for money, hourly wages, salaries. Creating a direct limitation, you can only earn as much as your hours allow. Wealthy people understand that leverage, using other people's time, money, or systems, breaks this limitation. The solution isn't blaming the system, it's recognizing the programming and consciously choosing different behaviors. This means questioning every financial belief you hold, especially ones that feel obviously true. It means seeking financial education from those who have wealth, not from systems that profit from your poverty. It means understanding that financial freedom isn't about earning more. It's about thinking differently about money, time, assets, and what's possible. You weren't born to be poor, you were programmed to be poor. The difference is crucial. Programming can be rewritten.